Man, that's bright. Wow. Whew. Wowza. Hey guys. What's going on? Can anybody hear me? Small delay. What? Yeah, there we go. Who was that? See, how fast is that going to be? Oh man. I'm going to need to screenshot that. Is it really going to be that fast? I haven't really done this, so we're just kind of practicing a little bit. I did it one night. Cincinnati Kid. Yeah, you can laugh at me all you want. I'm just practicing, testing it out. It just like flashes up. We only get like a half a second to look at it. And now I'm looking at myself below, so there's a delay, and it's just this big, I'm seeing like a flash up here and then a flash down there with my hand waving back and forth. What's going on? You guys are in the room, just, I don't know, comment, say something, I don't know. I wish the feed would stay longer. How do I do that? I wonder if I can get that on or not. Could I use another channel and then watch me through another channel? So I can watch the feed and have it keep the feed up? Hey Kevin, what's going on? So I'm just explaining, I'm just trying to learn this. It's like the chat comes up and then it disappears, right? So it's not like I get to watch the chats like when I'm in a group, or when we're in a group, you get to watch the chats go up and they stay up. Not on this. They flash up and then they disappear. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone, so I'm recording off my phone. I'm looking at myself on the iPad. Maybe hang on, let me bring it up on the computer. So that was the test today. I tested my phone, I tested the iPad, and then I tested the computer for cameras. So the best camera was on the phone is what I thought. So we're gonna be talking about, that's gonna suck if I can't read your responses, or if I really have to pay attention. Yeah, they don't stay there, Kevin. They just like, it's up, now it's gone. So like, I wish it would scroll up so I could continue to read. Yeah, I'm not like, you know, the John or Digging Canuck or anybody that's got some experience with this streaming stuff. Hang on, let me bring it up on my computer. Maybe it'll stay up there. Or maybe if I bring it up under a different account, I could watch myself. Don't come in and leave. Come on, guys. Stay in here and make some comments. I can at least watch them as they go by. So the topic tonight's going to be, why do you metal detect? I was going to kind of discuss what I do and why I metal detect, and why I'm kind of at a iffy part, because I'm here in Florida, you know, in the middle of the state, and there's the oldest history is like, so my iPad's down here, right? And I'm getting the same view. It's like flashing. Here, maybe if I chat publicly. Yeah, there it is. Thanks, Kev. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Good idea, Kevin. There we go. That'll work. That'll give me, at least I can see everybody that's come in. Can I scan down? I can scan down. I can. So it's Cincinnati Kid, Kevin. That's it? Oh, well, at least I know who my fans are. I'll talk to 3 of you. That's okay. I'm good. Why do you guys metal detect? Tell me a little bit about yourself. What kind of machine do you use? Hey, Mo. I know you don't metal detect. I'll have to send you a machine or something. I don't know. We're gonna be getting some machines here soon. Thanks. What's going on? There we go. We got a couple of people coming in. We're just talking about why we metal detect, and I was just letting people know that, like, I don't want to just go out just to create content. Like, for me, metal detecting's about a whole bunch of things, kind of things I want to relate to you guys about. Like, we're all related in this. Like, I would almost bet you everybody who metal detects has some sort of interest in ancestry and their ancestry. We're all like history buffs, and we all want to know about, history and the history of the item that we have, right? So if I'm looking down, forgive me, I'm going to try to read a little bit. So for me, it's an old object, and I haven't done any relic hunting yet. So for me, I haven't held an old object in my hand for that thought. So for the jewelry we have, you might think, oh, did some lady stand on the edge? Like, I find a diamond ring, right? Did some lady stand on the edge of the beach and actually throw it in? Hell with you, Bob. We're out of this relationship. So you think, or who would bring this to the beach? That's my thought. Who brings expensive jewelry that you can lose to the beach? Yeah, like the nail. Yeah, okay, so now, thanks for reminding me with that. Good idea, Kevin. Right? Like the nail. So think 300 years ago, somebody drove that through board to make a boat, right? Or maybe they bent this on purpose, and now this is like lagged to a board and they're holding the rope to a beam. So think that. I can definitely, this is the oldest thing I've ever dug, right? These things are cool, right? The 50 cal shells. And then I just happen to find a brass too, so I can let people know how long that brass and shell combination looks like. Right? So for me, this is like the coolest thing I can find here in Florida. And today, I did want to tell you that that's kind of what I'm doing. So I want to make like documentaries, right? I'd like to be on the History Channel doing a 2-hour thing on metal detecting and talking about the history of some location and taking you guys there and then finding a relic and then tying the whole thing together. We do have Al Capone lived here. Imagine going to Al Capone's house and metal detecting Al Capone's house. Just the thought of metal detecting Al Capone's house would just get you excited. Like, you could come across a box with something with Al Capone stuff in it. I did do the research about the history of St. Pete. So you're looking at like 1888. The first couple buildings were like 1918, 19 right there at 1900. And then somebody set up a tour. So there's like a 40 stop map of St. Pete and its historical stops. So we've got like a Mirror Lake, which that was the first lake in St. Pete. So there's probably some history there. I'm most likely going to be metal detecting around that lake, seeing the history, and I'd like to go to the museum and see a few things at the museum, that kind of thing. So let's see. I don't know. You know, I watched Gone Digging Matt on the Morning Coffee with Liz, and he said the same thing, that YouTube's not putting out any notifications for, like, I put this as a post, and it didn't come out as a notification. So I don't know what they're doing. He had a guy on with like 1 million subscribers, like the guy that he had on his channel had a ton of subscribers. So you think that they would have wanted to promote that. Hey, what's going on? It's Mike, the guy with Metal Detecting Channel. That guy that's got my name. How's it going, Mike? So guys, subscribe to his channel. We're not supposed to say that, but I'm saying that. Subscribe to this guy's channel. Let's get him a lot of views and subscribers. I stole his name. I did the research on Metal Detecting Channel and I couldn't find it. And then when I did find it, there was 2 of them. He's right that the last person to use it was like, they posted like 5 years ago. So I would have thought, you know, I would have been able to use the channel too. And I did take the off on purpose, just because it's an optimizing of the search, right? So if I had even found the Metal Detecting Channel, I wouldn't even have used it. I would have been like Metal Detecting Beaches, because that's kind of what I do. And that's what we're talking about tonight is, when I started metal detecting, that's all I did is metal detected beaches. For me, it was going to the beach, being outside at the beach, being in the water, right? So I really started this channel right like in November, and the water got cold, and then I had to adapt. I had to wear warm enough clothes, and then I started doing the wet sand, right? And for me, I'm trying to support myself with the channel and the fines. So since I started detecting, well, I started like 6 years ago. I only had the Excalibur a few months. I want to say I used it a few months and found probably 10 rings in that few months, not knowing what I know now. And then from August, when I got my machine in August, to December last year, I found about 70 rings. And then this year so far, I'm at about 70 rings. So yeah, here's my 2 ring boxes this year and last year, and that's 3 months and 3 months worth of rings. And I keep everything, guys. I'll be giving these away. Listen, so I've got a game coming up. It's going to be called, I don't even know if I should tell you yet. So yeah, it's going to be called Guess That Beat. I didn't know if I wanted to tell you because people are ruthless, guys. So it's going to be called Guess That Beat. My first machine is going to be the Minelab Equinox 800. It's the machine that I have. I'm going to have 12 targets. 12 targets. Everywhere from, you know, a zinc-in, nickel, quarter, dime, penny, tungsten ring, silver ring, gold ring. I'm going to be putting 12 targets under numbers. And then I'm going to run the machine across it. It's going to make a different sound. I'll show you the VID. I'll let you listen to the sound. And then whoever guesses all 12, it'll probably be something as, I was almost going to put this ring, guys, for the person who guessed all 12. That's how rare it's going to be that somebody guesses all 12 of the targets. I can't afford to put this ring, so what I will do is I'll put $100 to the person who guesses all 12. But each night, for every night that we play, the winner will get $20. So the person who gets 7 right, the only person, or if there's 2 people that get 7 right, we'll split the $20 between the 2, and then I'll just put $10 in each person's PayPal or whatever. But that's how we're gonna play this game. And then what I feel will happen is once I start playing this game, I got in touch with Calico Friday, and what's gonna happen once I start playing this game and I get a lot of interest that I think I'm gonna get, they'll be sending me machines to try. Phil Myers over in Tampa, he said that I could pretty much use whatever machines I need. Maybe I go over there and borrow a couple machines so that I can put out the video for the game. But This game is going to be a game changer for me, guys, because I think outside of the box. This is how I'm going to run my channel from, I already have 1,130 subscribers, right? I did that in 4 months. I'm going to have a lot of subscribers by the end of the year because I think outside of the box, right? I'm not just, and plus I have 117 videos in 130 days, or however many days it is that I had the channel or whatever. So you guys know I'm really trying to hustle at this, and it's not just luck, or I'm not buying my views or any of that stuff. So yeah, like I've already got the .coms locked up, Kevin. There's a few things that I had to lock up before I even mention stuff like this. When you go live, guys, so whenever you write something down, you can write something down and then mail it to yourself and just leave it in the letter. And that's a way of copywriting something because you have a date on a sealed document. This right here is a sealed document. So the air date is today. So when I just mentioned that, Guess That Beep's coming out on my channel, if anybody was to put it up before Friday when I put up the video, we'll know that they stole it from this channel, right? So there's some things you can do to kind of protect your interests and stuff. If you've got inventions, don't even tell your best friend, because he mentions it to his wife, she tells her best friend, and her best friend tells it to her husband, and he invents it. You're done for. You know, you need to really protect your own interests, guys. People are ruthless in this world. I mean, ruthless. All right, let me see if I can answer some questions. Yeah. Dude, if you make it, what I'm going to do is come to England and kick your ass. No, I'm coming to England. We're going to be hunting for sure. Oh, I love it. Digging Juggernaut. Thanks, man. I really love doing this. I mean, I really love metal detecting, and if any of us could metal detect for a living, tell me you wouldn't. You know, you wouldn't want to. You know, Discovery calls you and says, "Hey, we want you to come dig at this location." You're going to be like, "Heck yeah, I want to dig there." And for a living, like, what's a living? Some people would be happy with 40 grand a year from anything. So if you can make 40 grand a year from metal detecting, tell me you're not quitting your $50,000 a year job, right? So yeah, let me see if I can get back on track for a second. So Vermont Derek. So Vermont, obviously with the Revolutionary War, there's a lot of stuff. I've got a documentary I want to do. I want to follow Ethan Allen across. He took Fort Ticonderoga with the Green Mountain Boys, and then he moved back into Vermont, New Hampshire area. I want to follow him back from capturing Fort Ticonderoga back across the Champlain Valley. And I have some areas where they probably stopped, and I'd like to detect those areas and maybe find some history and link that trip back across from New York to Vermont. That's one of my goals, is to get to Vermont. Hey, listen, Kevin, if they grabbed 6 of us who really knew what we were doing with metal detecting, they would have solved the Oak Island curse a long time ago. But now those guys are making $20,000 an episode. Do you think they even want to solve it? They're like, oh shit, we just solved it. Shh, who said that in the room? Oh my God, there goes my paycheck. Can you even imagine? The most famous detecting show ever. Now listen, Gary Drayton's a stud for real, but he probably gets, and I joke about this, he probably has like 10 hotel concierges on his phone, right? And they call up and go, Gary, this couple just lost their diamond ring right here on Miami Beach. They had to leave, man. Come pick it up. It's right here in the White Sand. And he probably goes with a CTX 3030, bing, 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 and he finds it. And don't get me wrong, like his emerald ring that made him famous, there isn't one of us that wouldn't want to find that 17 emerald ring or however many emeralds is on that ring. See, now if I had the technology like those other guys, I would show you that ring in the chat, but it's an amazing ring. If you guys haven't seen Gary Drayton's emerald ring, this from the fleet 1715 Spanish fleet, look that up. It's the most stunning ring ever, and it's worth $500,000 is the last number I saw on it. It's a great ring. But guys, put your machines, do me a favor, put your machines in the comments. And then I'll kind of have some idea of who's going to be playing the Minelab Equinox 800. So I'm assuming the 600 and 800 have identical sounds. I'm almost betting that. I would almost guess it's the same technology in both machines. So the game that I play will be with the Equinox. You're all more than welcome to play. It's going to be free to my subscribers. If you're not, and there's nothing wrong with a simplex, Kevin. Man, let me show you. How could I do that? I bet I could do it this way. All right, I'm gonna lose you guys like for a second here. Not up here, but I'll lose you down here for a second. So I've got shirts almost made. Like the design's just about finalized. Guys, look at that. Can you see that? My buddy Jeremy, if you go back in my videos, can you see that? Can you even, is that not, see the size? He's a big dude. You see his hand? That thing's got to be 100+ years old. 875, 21 karat. 18 grams of 21 karat. $800 melted. Can you even imagine? That was with the Simplex, guys. And he said it was a 37. And he said he had been leaving the 37s. He thought they were all the 37s was junk. Let me go back to live. So now he says all the 37s he left in the past, because he said he pretty much did the whole park. He said he left a whole bunch of 30, in the mid 30s in the past. Now he's going to go back and dig up all the 37s, right? I guess they're gold. Tinks, I had the Pro. That was my first machine. I recommend the Pro, AT Pro, to anybody. It's a perfect range for price. The package you get, the headphones are the most comfortable headphones ever. Yeah, they're not waterproof, big deal. Generally, unless you're diving, you really don't need waterproof headphones. I've never, ever had my headphones fall off, even the waterproof ones, fall off into the water. So whether that's just my luck or whatever, or it would have been my luck if I used the Garrett's or the AT Pros in the water. But I'll be doing the AT Pro review probably second. I want to say second, or the game second. I know the Pro better than most other machines. The Excalibur, I don't know if I could do an Excalibur on this game. Do you think? Wow, 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 wow. There's no visual reading, so you're just gonna get like moans. I guess there's some people that would really know the moans of the Excalibur. No, so Joe, so if you watch that last video, I was the only one on the beach. The cop did a U-turn. He pulled up to me and he asked me if I needed any help, because there was literally nobody on the road. I called him by name. I'm not going to mention his name because I know every Indian Shores police. I was in Indian Shores down here. And I called him by name. And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Metal detecting." And he goes, "You're not really supposed to." And then I told him so we're allowed in the wet sand and we're allowed in the water. The wet sand's owned by the state and the water's owned by the federal. So the water's patrolled by the Coast Guard, and then the wet sand is patrolled by the state, and there's no real state officers per se, like maybe because the county officers don't patrol. But what you do have to do is you have to walk across the white sand, which is the county sand, which is closed, to get to the wet sand. So now if you had a boat, you put in at the boat launch and then you ride around, you're allowed to get out of your boat and walk up onto the wet sand. And if you look at the cameras here locally, they have people on the wet sand, walking up and down the wet sand. So if you own property on the beach, you can walk out through your own property, through your own white sand, and get to the wet sand and walk up and down as far as you want in the wet sand. So the technicality behind metal detecting right now is just stupid. It's just stupid. And we don't go to detect to be around people, guys. I don't go to the beach to congregate. I go to the beach to put my head down to concentrate on metal detecting. And the only people that come up to me are the people that are coming up to me asking me, "Hey, what's your best find? You know, what's your find? What are you doing?" So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like, I park on a street, and that's crazy because the one beach that I want, Madeira Beach, the one I really want to go to, there's no parking on any streets or anywhere near there. You got to walk forever to get to the beach, and then you're walking past like clear signs that say you're not allowed to be on the beach. So it makes you feel like you're breaking the law for sure when you pass a sign. I'm just saying that kind of thing, right? I'm not a lawbreaker per se, but it's the dumbest rule ever. We're allowed in the wet sand, but we're not allowed in the white sand. They should just tell everybody to stay inside. Yeah, Mike, what do you have to do with your fines? Are you guys, if you're in the UK, can you keep your fines? Or do you have to turn it over to the same council that I'm hearing we have to turn our fines over to, and then it has to be like approved and then given back to you? So the metal detecting channel, guys, he says you're only allowed to detect on the wet sand because it's owned by the Crown. And I'm hearing that like all the fines, like if you go over there to do some sort of metal detecting in the UK, you have to turn over all your fines. So if you find a nice gold coin, it's not yours yet. You got to turn it over to some museum or something, or somebody review board, and then you might get it back if you're lucky. I think what it is if somebody stakes claim to it, it's theirs and not yours, or whatever. So I'm not sure. But if you guys haven't already put your machines in, so I did like an ACE 400 review. I think it was an ACE 400 or 300 review on the beach next to the Equinox. It's not a beach machine at all. How's the ACE 400 on the beach? Anybody, or Cincinnati kid? No, there's no paying off any cops. Those guys, we need to seriously thank any officer you see, guys. They have to work. This guy said he hasn't had a day off in a month. Can you even imagine? No. Not only do you have to work, you don't get a day off. Yeah, I didn't even think of taking an Uber to the beach. Dude, pick me back up 4 hours. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being like anywhere in the world where it's completely illegal. And then you have to travel to detect it. So if it's over 300 years old, then they need to declare it. So how do they know if you dug out more than two? So he says if it's over 300 years old, you got to declare it. If it's a single coin in a hole, you can keep it. But if it's more than one hole, more than one in the hole, that you got to give it up. I don't know. I just pick it out one at a time. It wasn't in the same hole. I dug two holes. Yeah, Joe, like thankfully with the new Extreme 3, I tell you what, and I got an invention, guys. I haven't told you about my invention yet. That'll come out here soon. And I don't know whether I should sell it as a whole, like sell the idea and get 10, 12,000, 15,000 from the idea, or if I should manufacture it and get, or have them manufacture it and get a few dollars from each sale. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm in a position where I'd like somebody just to sign me a $20,000 check for an idea that's going to make them $1 million, because it's $1 million idea. No. When did you find that? Mike, when did you find that? Wow, see, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, let's get back onto the topic for a second. Why do you metal detect? You know, and I was saying that here, I'm just in a place, like if I go to a local park, generally like our downtown St. Pete's changed so much that they put in dirt, they've taken out all the grass. All right, you guys need to go check out the metal detecting channel. Did you just see that? He posted it in, it's in part 1 of his, oh no, I lost it. Guys, start read along. There's some good stuff in there. The metal detecting channel, if you guys haven't already subscribed, go over to his channel and check it out and subscribe. Mike's a good, like they look like they're having a lot of fun. He's putting some good content together. And I really wouldn't have had this channel name if I had seen his name. I took his name. I just took the off it. I'm metal detecting channel, and the only reason, Bobby, that I did that was because when you type in metal detecting channel, you don't put the metal detecting channel. You put metal detecting channel in Google, right? It's a Google search, and then when you optimize something, when somebody starts looking for metal detecting channels, as soon as I give it a month, and you're going to type in metal detecting channel, and my name's going to come up, right? And if I start linking Mike's name, or if Mike really has a clue, the metal detecting channel has a clue how to optimize his SEO, his name will come up in there as well. So right now you type in metal detecting channel and Brad Green Mountain Metal Detecting, his channel comes up. And the reason his channel comes up is because the dude's got the best metal detecting channel in the world right now. Green Mountain Metal Detecting. If you guys don't know Brad, go check his channel out. I mean, he's at 70,000 subscribers. And if there's any channel that should have 100,000 subscribers, it's Brad's channel. And that dude really puts some content together. So he creates his own music, does his own editing, and he's so busy doing something that he invented, which is the shotgun microphone. He spends 10 hours a day manufacturing his own product. If he would give that up or hire somebody to make that product for him, he could detect full time, and that dude would make $1 million a year with his detecting channel. But he's a family man and he can't give up his bread and butter right now, right? Fun as a hobby is good. There's a lot of people that as a hobby, but Dan, if I ask you, if somebody called you tomorrow and said, hey, we're going to give you $50,000 a year to metal detect for a living, would you? You know, I don't know what you make, but I always try to use some sort of $1,000 a week average. You know, anybody that makes 50 grand a year would be really happy with that. Is what I suspect. That's it. Cincinnati Kid. Listen, so that's what I was getting at. I get in the water. I'm a water hunter. I found 6 rings, 3 gold rings in one day before, last summer, last August, right? I like the water. I hunt, you know, primarily I'm taller than most. So I can reach just even if you're reaching this much further, 1 coil further to the left, right? That's 1 coil further for a mile I can walk that isn't detected. So I find so many more than most, right? And then once you start not finding rings in a spot, you really have to start thinking outside the box, guys, for real. Like I started doing like profiling, and if you watch the people on the beach, like I explained that women, they wash their hands, right? And they wash their hands right at the edge of the water. And usually at the edge of the water, there's a little lip. So they're washing their hands, their ring comes off. And if you guys have ever put a ring in wet sand, if you put a ring in wet sand, one wave has it half gone, and two waves it's gone out of sight. Like it melts in like butter. So it's so easy to lose a ring. You start digging for it, it's gone. It's gone for sure. Mike, if you ever come to Florida, I'll help you find a ring, brother. And I too, for the hobby. Now listen, the hobby part will come in when I'm in a position to where I'm traveling for fun, like a fun experience, fun event. Like I'm going to go to Virginia. See, I've already been invited all around the country already. People are like, hey, come hunt with me over here. Come hunt with me over here. I had somebody in Australia just say, hey, come hunt with me down in Australia. So if I was in a position to go hunt Australia right now, I would be in Australia. And this all started, my fever for anything all started with like Gold Rush, right? You watch somebody pull a piece of gold out of the ground, and the thought of just being able to go to a stream and, you know, shake a bucket and have some gold come out. There's something about that to me. It's just so alluring. And I almost went and bought, listen, I used to be a scratch off junkie. I would scratch off, I'm just a scratch off junkie. And today I haven't bought any in like forever. I can't afford it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to spend money on anything I can't afford. It's just a discipline I'm trying to teach myself. And today I almost went and got 5 tickets just so I could scratch it live for you guys, because I would almost assume that anybody who metal detects likes to scratch your lottos as well. So most of you guys are just hobbies. Joe, I've had so many signals that I've lost as a ring, like I knew was a gold ring. I can't tell you how many signals I've known was a gold ring that I couldn't catch up to it. And I think in a video where I found a patch of heavies, and 3 feet further in was a patch of quicksand, and I knew that it was a gold ring. I could tell it was a gold ring, and I couldn't catch up to it. I couldn't catch up to it. And then that's pretty much what had me inventing what I invented for the shovel. Scratch cards are bad ideas, bud. Gambling on football, I spent, you know, I had money in my life once. Spent it on women, drugs, scratch off lottery. And I don't do any of that. No women, no drugs, no scratch off lottery anymore. Yeah, so that was something I figured out, kid, was so I played professional poker for a couple years, right? And I had a huge bankroll, stack of cash. So every night I'd go, what's up, Cruzy? So every night I would go gamble, and you call it gambling, you'd go play poker. But I'd come home with $4,000. And on the way home, you just won $3,000. You're going to pick up a couple scratchers. And I'd pick up like 4 $20 scratchers. And I won $500 every other night on $20 scratchers. I was crushing it. It was a time where there's just the stack kept getting bigger. How you doing, Cruzy? We're just talking about why you metal detect. Why do you metal detect? And what machine do you use? Guys, check out Digging with Cruzy. Well, you know, I don't detect by chance, and I didn't play poker by chance, so I don't do much of anything by chance anymore. I used to gamble, gamble like on football, NFL football kind of, and that's a gambling by chance. Poker for me was never that. I would win 3 out of 4 nights. 3 out of 4 nights. It's down to a science to where I'd crush poker. I was good. I'm good. A no limit hold'em poker player. I'm really good. Hey, so Cruzy the other day, it'd been so long since I've been out. There was no targets. And I remember the moon was setting, and if you guys watched just like the last 2 videos ago, or whatever it is, last night, I don't know what, God, everything messes it together. The moon was setting, and I said, what a beautiful moon set. And I held my hands up and I said, thank you, universe, for the great moon and letting me be outside right now. And I go for the waves, for the birds, for just being outside all together. I don't go for anything but that. And then everything else is just bonus, right? But I'm back to what I was just saying is I'm good at metal detecting, right? So I wait for a low tide, specifically low. I'll go to a beach or 2 or 3, figure the beach, figure out where the spot is. So I have probably 4 to 5 beaches in the Pinellas County where when there's a north wind, low tide, and the waves have been up, I can go to a spot and find 2 rings. You guys wonder why I find rings, because I know where the jewelry is, and then I know how to find it on a low tide beach. That's just what I studied. I mean, I've been studying the last 3 months every single day. And that's what I learned. I learned to show you guys how to read the beach and how to go right to the gold. Gold's heavy and it sits all in one spot. So for me, none of this is chance anymore. I know right where I'm at. And this game right here, guys, you guys haven't seen a metal detecting game on YouTube yet, have you? Or some sort of call out the signal game. You haven't seen this yet. This is going to blow my channel up. And this is what I mean with you guys got to think outside the box when it comes to your channels. I've already given you ways of adding 500 subscribers to your channels, right? Merrill puts out a list. NYC, Metal Detecting NYC puts out a list first of every month, right? This month it's got 1,400 people on it. What's up, John? How's it going? It's got 1,400 people on it. If you guys aren't subscribed to every one of those channels, it's your fault for you're not having more subscribers. All you got to do is go on, subscribe to their channel, say, hey, how's it going? My name's this, check out my channel. Go to the next. Hey, my name's this, go check out my channel. And then if you like them, pay attention to their stuff. How's the AT Max compared to the AT Pro, Joe? I did. What did I just do with that ring? So this is all I got left yet. Actually, I took out a loan on all my gold rings, guys. I sent it to a friend. He gave me a loan, the melt value loan for the rings. So he's holding on to all my gold rings because I'd like to get to a position where I could keep all my stuff always. I feel I know exactly the feeling, and I know the exact spot on the beach where I was when I found this. I know how cold it was that morning. I could tell you everything about this thing right here. And the same as if you found a 2,000-year-old coin, you'll know the color of the digger handle. I mean, there's so many things when you're digging up something cool that you'll remember. Yeah, seriously, listen, if you go on Merrill's Facebook page, it's Metal Detecting NYC on Facebook. If you go to his page, he's got the, what do they call that? Excel page. You open the Excel, and then he's got a hot link to everybody's channel, so you don't even need to leave the Excel page. So if you guys are in sales, it's like you're your sales manager putting down a sales list for you, you're going to have a list of the top 1,400 channels, and you got a hot link. All you got to do is click on the hot link. It goes to their channel, subscribe. You know, you don't even have to write a comment, but if you guys write comments, it'll add probably 20 to 30% to the people responding by subscribing to your channel. That's how it works, guys. This is just like network marketing 101. And if you guys want to learn that stuff, contact me. I'll teach you how to network market and how to optimize your channel for search engine optimization. And I figure stuff out by stumbling upon it some days. Like, I was looking for the metal detector that I'm going to give away for this game. I'm thinking about giving away a Minelab Vanquish 340 for this game. How cool would it be to win a Minelab Vanquish just for playing a guessing game for free? So I typed in Minelab Vanquish, and whose video was one of the 3 suggested by Google? Mine. I got 3,200 views on that video. Well, now I know why. And you know what? I get 60 views a day from that link on Google. 60 views just organically coming from Google search. And from those 60, I bet I get 5 that subscribe to my channel. So now I don't even have to do anything, and I'm getting 5 people subscribed to my channel every day, right? Now, if you proactively put your search and put the meta tags and the tags and the hashtags, all like, you got to start optimizing. And if you're the metal detecting channel, you need to hashtag the metal detecting channel in everything you do. Let me just say that. Yeah, Cruzy, I can help you, dude. You got some good content to where, I don't know, and you got a cool name. Hashtag Cruzy. DW Cruzy. I don't know. You could get your own hashtag. And if you're on Instagram, which, let me write that down. I'll hook you up. I'll look at you on Instagram. And guys, if you help somebody out, look, a friend of mine sent me something on Messenger. She's like an aggressive sales lady. She's a corporate. She works in the corporate office, and she has it's HempWorks. She's got some CBD thing, multi-level marketing thing that she markets, and she's doing well. And if you're doing well, generally in sales, I'm kind of try to watch what you're doing, how aggressive you are, or whatever. She sent me this message. She wanted me to be a rep, and I spent an hour on the phone with her explaining how she could optimize what she was doing. So she's in a multi-level marketing, and she was worrying about her under reps, right? She's allowed 10 under reps. And instead of worrying about your under reps, they have a great product. And a salesman for that particular HempWorks can make $500,000 a year if you just focus on sales. And I said, I bet you're not making $500,000 a year, are you? And she's like, oh no, geez, Derek. I said, hopefully you're making in, 6 figures. And she said, oh no. Well, it's because she's focusing on getting other people underneath her that are doing nothing. So if you spend that much time if you're spending that much effort on acquiring people that aren't doing anything, you're wasting your time. So you can use that same time, buy the product and sell the product using that same amount of energy. And now you're going to make, and I promise you, with the hour that I spent with her, I helped her optimize her Facebook page. I promise you, with the hour that I spent with her, I'll add $100,000 to her salary in this next year, and she'll be able to quit her corporate job. So I did that for free. And I developed an advertising company because that's what I wanted to do for a living. But I don't want to do something that I don't want to do for a living. And after I developed that company, I realized that I don't want to do advertising for a living. But what I do is help people out here and there, and it'll all come back to you. So help other people out for free. Like if you guys are on this page and there's, I don't know, scan up and down the comments. If you're not already, check out everybody's channel out. Subscribe to their channels, guys. Yeah, so Old Chief, thanks for stopping in. I've never seen your name before, really. Check it out. So hang on. The CZ20 and CZ21. Now the 600 is the same technology as the 800. There's a couple of differences, but I saw this guy. His name was, I think his name was Mike. He said something about Chicago Ron, and they were going over to the UK to do this this hunt. And he was in St. Petersburg, and he was low tide hunting. He was just walking the low tide. So he had already walked 2 miles in the morning from like Don Cesar all the way to the North Beach. And he found a platinum and a gold ring with the CZ21. And I can't hunt on that beach because there's so much can slaw. I mean, can slaw like you wouldn't believe. And I asked him what kind of machine he had, and he said he had the CZ21. And it's because those guys know how to dial the discrimination to where when they hear something that sounds like a ring, they can dial the discrimination, and then they'll know that it's not a ring and they can move on. So he walked 2 miles, he found a platinum and a gold ring on the low tide line with the CZ21. That made me want the 21 bad. But then somebody told me about the 3030, and I'll probably end up getting the CTX 3030 next anyway. Did I miss anything? Hang on. Let me try to catch up to some comments. I don't know. So I probably will end up owning another donut shop in my life, but if I do, it'll be with an investor who just wants to invest mad money to make a very successful donut shop. Yeah, John, I got it sitting right here. I can't tell you guys how light something is. Oh, I don't have it. I was gonna get the stealth out. It's like the welds on this thing are like beads of perfection. Are like beads of perfection. Look at the caterpillars. The only thing I haven't done with it yet is put it into like a concrete wet sand and pull back. Like I don't like to wait for the sand to release. I like to be able to just stick the tip in and pull it back. That's the only thing I haven't done with that. But if you guys watched the video where I tested it, the first hole was as deep as any hole that you could ever dig. It's the heaviest sand you could ever put it through. Oh my God, where's Beavis and Butthead when you need him? Hey, so I bet every single person that metal detects knows about, hey Jose, what's going on, bud? Knows about their ancestry and their history of their family, right? So we're all history hunters. I bet we know about our great-great-great-great-grandfather who came in on whatever boat and whatever. I guarantee you we all know about our family. And there's some things that we all have in common like you guys wouldn't believe. You know, why do we watch somebody that's just not even good content? We're watching for their finds, guys. At the end of every video, why do we all do the same wrap up? You know, we all do the same wrap up. We all have the wrap up with our finds at the backside. And it's not because we want somebody to watch to the end, because they'll just scan through our video and get to the end. And I can't give up all my secrets, but I got a secret that's gonna make people watch my video all the way through. Let's just say that. I've got a secret that's gonna make people watch my video all the way through. Thanks, Josh, man. I appreciate it. I'm just talking like explaining why I haven't been putting out a video, because I'm not putting out a video just because you guys want to see a video, because I'm not feeling it. I'm going to a local park, and listen, guys, I wish there was a way we could show pictures, because Josh has got something like, look. So here's my last week, guys. You know, at the park, I can kill the clad. I can kill the clad. And if I brought in my my trash bucket, I can kill the trash. But how many rings are lost at a park, guys? Not many. Not the parks around where I'm at, because, and if they are, listen, you're gonna find a ring, and it's not gonna be the chunkiest diamond ring of your life. You're gonna find a round little wedding band or something. Trust me, it's not gonna be super, super valuable, unless it's some old park and you guys know that there's some buried history there, because the grass here in St. Pete, it's so dry that the grass, there's patches of dry, there's patches of like sand, and you got a couple sprigs of grass. It's not like you got this lush grass where you drop a ring and it disappears. And the old parks, guys, back in the day, like in the 20s and 30s, they didn't have the Cub Cadet mowing the lawn every third day. They had grass, and somebody lost their ring in grass, it got lost. Yeah, you could be in like Oklahoma or Texas, out in that area where stagecoach areas and some old parks. Like, what's the E-Tech Kevin guy there? I couldn't imagine going to some of the high schools that are like 19, 20, 30 high schools that maybe only had 1 or 2 people detect. And trust me, if I could get into St. Pete High, my high school, and detect, I would love to. Listen, I watched your buddies with JJ James. I've been watching him lately, right? So guys, JJ James has been in a park because he can't hunt the beach, and it's pretty neat. He's like, yeah, I hunted a 15 by 15 area for today's video. And I talked about that. Like, if I was to hunt at the parks I hunt, I could not leave a 15 by 15 spot, but it would look like I just rototilled it for my garden. You know, so you can't do that to a public park. But I bet you that there's some jewelry in that 115 by 15 section or something. But, oh yeah, I didn't know the pinpointer that came with the machine is controlled by the console too. Guys, those Deus look like they're cool machines to work with. Like the controller, he had the controller around his neck. He's like, yeah, look, I thought you guys would like to hear this. And he's just swinging the handle. I didn't know, like, those machines are pretty cool looking. Now, I am disappointed that you said something like you couldn't wrap your head around the sounds. I am actually disappointed with that, because you can go to 5 tones or 2 tones, dig it or not. So it would be a diamond ring, right? For me, I'd love to find like a 1 carat pure diamond with no labels on it that I could take to somebody and get $4,000 or $5,000 for, right? I'm here in Florida. It's not like I'm headed out to find a Spanish coin, because if I lived on the other coast, I would be in the Fort Pierce Vero Beach area, and every day that I went out to look for a target, it would be a gold coin. I want to find a Spanish gold coin from that 1715 fleet. That would be my goal. And if I was in England, it'd be some 2,000-year-old Roman coin. You better believe that that's my goal every day. And I would know the research of the land, guys. That's what it's going to make some cool episodes here. That's going to get me interested in detecting, because I'm going to take you door knocking. Maybe I knock on the Al Capone house and ask if they'll let me detect, right? And then maybe I interject some sales. But I can't put that in my metal detecting channel, because you guys will get agitated, because I'm doing door knocking today and showing you guys how to door knock, and I'm not detecting and showing targets. So, I mean, you guys watch me because I show the gold rings. I mean, because I showed a lot of gold rings this year, right? Like, and I heard Caribe's in here. Detection Caribe. Jose's in here, guys. Like 2 videos ago, he stacked all his rings out, guys. Like, he put all his rings out on a table. He needed a kitchen table to put his rings out. And I bet you it's from this year. He's like, and I tell him if he puts it in English, he'd have like 1 million subscribers. Listen, he's like, spinner, spinner. That's the only thing I understand in Spanish. He's like, spinner, spinner. He's got a pile of spinners. You recognize the oro, right? He's got a pile of oro over here. And then I believe it's his wife sticks her hands in with like the valuables on it, right? Check out Jose's channel. He finds a lot of good stuff in the Caribbean, guys. Just like a lot of good stuff. Look, this weighs 2.5 ounces. It's solid silver. It's got a really old stone on it. It's sitting in, you know, these are going to be some of the giveaways on my channel. But yeah, I got, that's that 14 karat 925 that I found the other day at St. Pete Beach. I don't know how many rings I have. Well, 70 and 60 and 70, probably 150 rings right here in these two boxes. But yeah, I did want you guys to know that this week I am coming out with the game show. Guess That Beat. It's going to be held for with the Mind Lab Equinox 800. I'm going to have 12 targets. What I'm going to do is show you the targets. I'm going to lay out the targets, all 12, so you can see all 12 targets. It's going to be like a zinc penny, a copper penny. So if you've got the Equinox 800, start studying now the numbers, the VID numbers, and then the sound. So it's going to be 50 tones. I'm going to leave it on 50 tones, and this is important because I'm going to cross the target 2 ways. And when you cross some coins, and you'll know, like I talk about this, like a nickel out of the hole is clearly, you'll know a nickel out of the hole, it's got a real solid 13, solid 13. And if I cross a pull tab, and now the good thing about the Equinox and the Mind Labs technology is it'll give a signal back in a different direction. So with the 50 tones, you'll hear a slight change in sound. So the reason I switch back from 5 to 50 tones is because I'm starting to hear that sound. And you'll hear, it'll be like 13, 13, 13, and you come this way and it'll be like 11, 13, 11, 13, 11, 13. And it'll give you this weird sound and you're like, oh, okay, it's a pull tab. And you can't ever leave with the Knox, you can't ever leave an 11, 13 ever. So you better be digging a lot of pull tabs to get the gold rings. But for this game, I'm going to make it, to say I'm going to make it challenging is an understatement, because I'll know how to make, for one, I've got a bunch of different silver rings that range from 24 to 32. So if I put 2 silver rings in there, and I'll say, look, they're 2 silver rings, 925 and 925. One's going to be a 24 and one's going to be a 31 or a 32. So the odds of you guys getting 12 right in a row, my super pool is going to go for like 5 weeks in a row, and it'll be, depending on what I put in it, like if I put 20 bucks a week or 100 bucks a week into it, or if I have a sponsor that starts giving me a metal detector to give away, guys, look, there's going to be some really cool prizes that are going to be given away because of this game I'm developing. And this is a game changer, again, for my channel. And this isn't even the TV show that I want to invent, or that I want to create. So I've got a TV show that is in the works. But yeah, let me see if I can answer a couple questions. Chief pulled 6,000 tops. 42 rings, that's good. Who's Fred Flintstone's house? No, man, I got bare feet on right now. Bare feet. I'm in the house. But listen, that Crocs and socks thing, that's a trend. I'm a trendsetter. You guys are going to be all wearing Crocs and socks out there. I can't. The Dig Daytona dude wears nothing on his feet. You guys, you drop a shovel on your toe, it's gone. I mean, you drop the T-Rex on your toe, it's gone. Where am I at? Okay, I got to the back to the Beavis and Butthead part. Yeah, Joe can go back 7 generations on his family tree. Yeah, so somebody told me I should put a magnet on my, I don't, like, somebody said it catches the studs, the stud earrings and stuff. Well, this one's got like the stud earring spot. Like, obviously even some stud earrings will get smaller than these cracks, but the odds of you catching it are a little bit better, right? But I don't know about the magnet. I just never put one on, I guess. Dan's goal is finding a quarter. I know I found 3 in that video and you didn't hear how excited. I even said what when I found that first quarter. Yeah, John, when you get back here, obviously we're going to be hunting together, bud. And it'll be like maybe we do some sort of trip from Miami all the way up to Sebastian Inlet or something. Hey guys, check out Little Egypt Adventures. He's in Illinois. I'm gonna be hunting some deer with him this year. I'm gonna go up there and he's crushed. I think he found 2 gold coins already this year. Hey Dennis, what's going on, man? You're not missing anything. I'm just babbling, rambling on. We were talking about why do you metal detect. So if you want to throw in why you metal detect, that's awesome. Throw that in and then put it whatever machine you use. If you're using the Equinox 800, study it this week. Like, pull out every target you've ever found and then listen to the sounds and write down the visual display number. Because we're going to be playing a game. All right. Yeah, night, Mike. See you guys. See you. We'll be talking here. I'll have to give you my number and talk to you on the phone. That's it, guys. You got any questions for me? You can ask. I pretty much don't hold anything back. If you need any help, VermontDerek@hotmail.com. VermontDerek@hotmail.com. I'll give you my number. You can call me. You're more than welcome to ask me any questions about how to help you. If you want more subscribers, ask me. I'll help you get more subscribers. I could work on your channel for a few days and help you get a lot more subscribers. Cruzy's going on lockdown. Listen, I thought they already locked us down for 3 weeks. We're going to go on lockdown for 3 more weeks. I heard the Virginia governor says you can't go out until June 11th or something crazy like that. This is an assault on us, guys. I'm telling you, we're being assaulted. My family's from the UK. Obviously all of our families is from the other side, right? Unless you're Indian. But my family, from my father's side, we've been in Vermont for 300 years. Like 1770, we were in Vermont, my dad's side. And my mom's side, her father, my grandfather, England. So my grandmother, my mom's mom, England as well. So that's how fast. And my grandmother's a Newton, and she's been in Vermont. Their family's been in Vermont for as many years as my grandfather. So, but we all come from that side unless you're some sort of American Indian. That's it. I think so. Or, well, but it's, yeah, I guess the other side, I guess you could point the other direction, John, and go that you come from the other side of the world. I guess Asia's that way too. Hey, Mike from the Space Coast. How's it going, brother? Are the beaches closed down over there? Now, listen, our governor here in Florida said we're allowed to recreate, guys. Tuesday, I'm going out. I'm going out on a boat, going out to an island to detect. So, an offshore island here. It's a local spot for where all the boats congregate. The Wig TV's in the house. Check him out. Dude, I think I'm gonna send you my scoop. Like, I got a T-Rex. I got 3 scoops now, right? I've got the Stealth, the Extreme, and then the T-Rex. I'll send you send you the T-Rex. Although your scoop digs them up, man. Nice necklace too on your last find. I love those surface finds, guys, when you're like, oh, there it is right there on the surface. Love it. I know you did say it was an old scoop. Nothing wrong with it. Still shaking them out. Yeah, see, beach parking's closed, but you can still walk down to the beach. See, guys, there's such weird rules right now. Same here. All public beach access is closed. So if you know somebody on the beach that owns a home, you can walk through their house, through their property, out to the wet sand. It's the craziest thing ever. It just limits the people from congregating on the beach. And the cities don't want liability for people congregating and then somebody saying, oh, I caught it on a beach, and then you could sue the city. They don't want any part of that, guys. So politics are involved in all of this. What's the weirdest thing? Well, I think all of us hunters have found drugs, a diaper, panties. What else? What would you call weird? What would be the weirdest thing? What's the weirdest thing you guys have found on the beach? Weird. Name something weird. What would be weird? What would be out of place on the beach? Yeah, we've all found those, John. In parking lots. Yeah, where's my gold tooth? And you know what, Chief? I've got a bucket full of metal that I've thrown 3 or 4 different partial sets of teeth into the bucket of metal. Not knowing until this last tooth that I found, somebody was like, hey, that could be gold. Where'd I do that? I got it somewhere here. But sure enough, if I didn't polish this tooth off and it was gold, 2.2 grand, I had a $40 piece of gold that I was just gonna throw into the metal scrap pile. And I've probably got a couple $100 worth of gold in the metal scrap pile now. Yeah, okay, here's one that I found. The pull string for a fan. And I found 2 at the beach, like 2 different times. I thought it was like a necklace, got it home, it said Hampton Bay on it. You know, are people throwing trash out, like trash out? I don't know how a Hampton Bay pull string from a fan would get to the beach. That was something I was gonna ask. I don't think I've ever really broken like a zipper pull. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say you pulled off a zipper, but how do so many zipper pulls get to the beach? Like the zipper pull, like are you yanking your pants so hard that the zipper pull's coming off? But I find three zipper pulls a day. That's weird though. An Atari? How do you find an Atari? That's it, guys. If you want to know anything about me, you can ask what my plans are. My plans are to be in Maryland in July. I'd like to have a tent and be down on this property, wake up every morning on this property. I want a gold dredge and gold pan, if we're allowed to dredge. I still haven't found any clear laws about that, whether we're allowed to dredge or not. But I want a gold pan on the creek on this property for a month straight. So, and it's 2 miles from a battle site, and it's never been hunted. It's 80 acres. It's never been hunted, and it's been in the same family for 120 years. I don't know. So, the odds of me finding something in the Civil War are. It's going to be my first place where I find something Civil War. And then I'd like to go to Vermont right after Maryland, and I've got a couple places in Vermont already that I have in mind as well. And then you're going from the 1800s to the 1700s, and then I've got some bucket listers that I want to get. I want a Vermont tent. You know, there's a couple things that I want like bad, and that's the history about hunting that I'm talking about. Like, why do we metal detect? For me here in Florida, I'm finding zinkins, guys. I'm finding, ooh, I found a 1960 copper today. That got me excited. You know, and trust me, a copper is better than a zinkin, but I mean, even a 1940 Wheatie wouldn't really get me that excited. I mean, I know where I can go find Wheaties all day long in St. Pete, guys. The side roads. I can show you. I should do that as an episode. Yeah, maybe you guys will see me get some Wheaties. That'll be a challenge to myself to see if I can get some Wheaties, because I just said I could get them all day long. So, thanks, Joe. Have a good night if you're leaving. Yeah, the zipper pulls will get you excited, won't they? I tell you what, bing, 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 bing. And you know what? I wish I had a piece of the rivet tops. You guys, you know the little top that breaks off the rivet? That's about as big as half the size of my pinky nail. That bings off on the Equinox, sounds like it's a gold ring. Ding, 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 ding. You're like, oh, not in the scoop. Not in the scoop. Well, wait a minute. Where's my pin finder? Oh my God, the stupid rivet top. Yeah, they sound like a bracelet for sure. You're like, wow, wow. The ketchup packets, guys, huh? It's not even like the gum wrappers that are like, oh, here's a good one. You don't hardly ever get to hear good ones. You know it's a gum wrapper with the way that the Equinox sounds. Oh my God, but the ketchups, somebody will bury it 6-8 inches too, and you're like, oh, it's a good 4. It's a good 4. Oh yeah, right. Right? Yeah, you never know how somebody dresses at the beach. For real, there's still people that cover up completely. And guys, you won't see any more ass on my videos. YouTube took off my one of my higher viewed videos because I panned over to a girl in a bathing suit. They said it's inappropriate content for advertisers. So now I won't be able to put that on anymore because I'm trying to monetize the channel, guys. That's what I'm trying to do. So you won't see any more of that. And I really do have my Patreon account set up and ready to just turn on, but I don't think I have any content for it yet. Nothing worthy of turning on the channel. Yeah, I did see you made a comment. You like that? I mean, I turned on my shoulder cam, guys. I turned on my shoulder cam so that I didn't even have to turn my head. I could just lean my shoulder out and catch a view. And I caught a good view, man. Whew. Yeah, Josh, I'll be this Tuesday. He called me tonight, said we're going out Tuesday. So this Tuesday, I'll have a mask. I'll be doing some Michael Oliver stuff a little bit, you know. I've got to practice my breathing with the snorkel. I get dizzy when I start breathing through the snorkel. I get dizzy. Like, it's not something you want to do is black out underwater, but you've really got to practice your breathing. And when I was a kid, I could hold my breath longer than any of the other kids. Like, I could go 2-3 times under the pool, under the water, and they can't make it halfway. And I could hold my breath for like 3 minutes. And I could probably hold my breath for a minute now, not like 3. California greenhorn fisherman. That's awesome. What do you do after your first year? You're not a greenhorn anymore. You change that to first mate, or I hope you guys are all checking out everybody's channels for real. Like, and I'm not seeing the chat flying, so you guys aren't all talking to each other. You're just a couple comments to me. Talk to each other. I don't care. Go to each other's channels. Make sure you're subscribed. This is how the like community of metal detectors work. I'm gonna start doing this more. Yeah, like John, I've seen how to do it. I really know how to or get rid of, expel all the bad air in your lungs. I know how to breathe. It's just something that we don't practice on a daily basis when we're sitting here. And then that's another trip. Like, so if we're talking about why do we metal detect, John, I would like to go to Panama. I'd like for you to take me to some islands and to some of your dad's offshore locations. And we should be diving down on some ships that nobody knows about. That's the type of stuff I'd like to do for Discovery. And when I've got 10,000 subscribers, guys, I'm going to be contacted by Discovery or the History Channel or somebody. They're going to want me to do a show for them. You'll always be a greenhorn. Yeah, they called me the rookie forever at Highlight. I was the rookie. 4 years in, I was still the rookie. Couldn't figure that out. WWE. I don't know. I saw Ronda Rousey. Is she like wrestling now? Cruzy, is Ronda Rousey wrestling like on the WWE? I know the story, John. I got you in mind, brother. We could do a Discovery show just on our own. No? I don't know. Maybe I just saw her in a photo with some wrestlers. Hey, Josh, I would ask too many questions on Oak Island. I'm telling you, we'd have it figured out. Why are you guys sitting here around the table? We could be outside searching for this thing. Oh my God, you're talking too much. Let's go find it. Yeah, right? But you got the connections. You just got to call a couple of old people. We'll get, you just need a connection. Oh, she's a ref. Oh man, so that they got to do some scenes with her kicking somebody's ass. I can see it. Somebody complaining in her face. Ronda Rousey. All right, guys. Anything you want to know real quick before I dip out? It's been how long? Oh my God, 80 minutes? It's like an hour and a half. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for coming on out. I just wanted you to know about the game. Guess That Beat. Coming soon to Vermont Derek. Actually, to Metal Detecting Channel. I'm going to be covering targets. And you guys are going to be guessing. Everybody's going to be eligible if you're subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, you're not going to get to play this first game Friday. So it's going to be in the comments below. You're going to be able to say your comments 1, 6, 12, 4, 8, 7, whatever your guess is. You're going to be able to say that in the comments. I'm going to go through, figure out who won, and then send the winner their prize. It's going to be $20 to the winner, or $100 if you get all 12 of them right the first night. So yeah, what if there's more than one winner? What if I can't afford to pay the winner? Uh-oh. I'm going to have a multiple prize idea. We'll have to figure that out before Friday. I don't think... it's like the lotto. If you guys figure out 12... I bet I could place them in like a concentration game, forget about it, and I bet I can't even call them out myself. So there's no way somebody's going to get all 12. It's going to be like one person with 8, 3 people with 7, 5 people with 5. There's no way you guys are going to win. Equinox 800, guys, guess that beep. It's going to be here Friday. I'm going to show you the 12 targets. I'm going to cover them on a board. I'm going to go over them. Number 1, here's number 1 sound. Number 2, here's number 2 sound. Here, 3, 4, etc. And then you guys are going to be listening. And then you're going to write down what you think each one of the numbers is. So, yeah, look for that Friday. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to go look for some Wheaties. I think that's an idea. I think I'm going to go look for some Wheaties. But, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I really, I don't know, I really appreciate a whole bunch of you. If you haven't smashed that thumb, smash it. Real quick. Make that thing go up to like 12 real quick. There's 26 of you on the channel. There should be at least 15, right? I know that there's like 10 people that watch me because they just want to know what I'm doing, right? Of course, I'm like a train wreck, just ready to happen. Something's going to slip out of his mouth. I was there live when he said it. You guys remember when Derek said that stupid shit? Oh, my God. Oh, dude. Listen, you just have to have my backup for the 100. You already covered that 100. That's perfect. So, guys, the prize is 100 if you win the super pool, and I got you covered if 2 of you win the super pool. There's no way. The odds of you, it's just insane. So, but yeah, come on, be here Friday for that for sure. But look me up tomorrow. I'll put out a video for, I'm gonna hunt for some Wheaties tomorrow. See if I don't have a Wheatie penny tomorrow. I used to, when I had the AT Pro, I could just go down the streets of St. Pete on the side of the road. I would get 4 or 5 Wheaties a day, just on the side of the road downtown. So kind of an idea tomorrow. I'm gonna go downtown and see if I can bring you guys some Wheaties tomorrow. So look for that tomorrow night. It'll be like, I'll call it the Wheatie hunt or whatever. So I'll try to get that up. And if you know the reason I've been having trouble getting my videos up, guys, is I start uploading at 7, and by midnight I might have it up because the Wi-Fi is so slow because of all the kids that were uploading all their schoolwork, I'm guessing. But give that a try. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Have a good night.